Well, it's time to get this A fired up. We got a nice day. A little bit windy, but dry as a bone. It's time to kill them weeds. Well, let's get it fired up. Nice warm day. All right, this is what I'm using here, the GlideStar Plus. This is 2.5 gallons. And just for simplification purposes, this will make about 100 gallons of spray. And I just dump it right in. I don't have an oscillating system or anything, but just the splashing around of the tank works quite well. Well, we made it out to the field. I got about 100 gallons in this. I don't want to go hog wild, but you can see, I mean, these beans are they're thick as thieves. I probably dropped them at about 220,000 seeds to the acre. And partially the reason I did that is because I get a lot of woodchuck activity here. And just to compensate for that, I did that. So I'm gonna go along the edge here, and that underhang I should be able to drive right under with the A. That's the nice thing about this. I mean, you got overhangs for deer scrapes. You just drive right under them, but really, really grassy along this edge. So I'm gonna be putting along second gear, probably half throttle, as long as I have 60 PSI or more coming out of that pump. I'll be good to go. So let's go, let's grow. The growing's definitely going on here. You can see I went along that edge a little slow, like I said, but it'll be interesting to see what's here in a week. Some of this stuff's pretty weedy and some of it ain't that bad, but make no mistake, I laid that seed on thick, like I said. This is where I put the corn in. Gonna give it a good drink of this stuff. Definitely needs it. Well, we're carbless after messing with that Marvel Schwebler for a while. It ran really good, but then it just didn't. So it needs taken off just like it is, rebuilt. But in the meantime, went and bought me a $45 Chinese carburetor that I guarantee you this thing will run like a top. Now, the one thing that I do want to note, okay, they send the gaskets and this and that. They even sent me the elbow, new elbow. That's coolio. But see, that filter, it's about the size of my thumb. I wouldn't put that on a lawnmower. I mean, this is about a fourth of the size of what you really need to put for an inline filter in there. I like a Napa 3300 This one's going on the shelf, probably never to be used. But hey, the thought that counts. So yeah, let's get this new carb on here and get this thing fired up and keep on spraying. I got 2/3 of this sprayed already. So another thing I noticed is that the elbow they sent me didn't have the copper mesh screen on it. And I think what their line of thinking was, well, if you put our little inline filter in, you won't need this. That's a big fat no. You want this along with an inline. And the mesh, I guess, filter, screen, whatever, in the top of the sediment bowl itself. I got half a notion to go replace this, but I'm out in the field, so it's gonna do. First things first, I want to hook this up to the governor. Just kind of weasel it in. That rod through. Just reverse the order. There ain't nothing special about putting a... It's not the same as putting an M on, because you gotta line up that little notch throttle. There we go. Got the choke, got the governor. We should be golden. Now I need to slip that gasket in there. New gasket yet. Don't want any air seepage. Oh, let's see. No, these are the new ones they gave me, but I'm actually going to go with the ones I had on there, because I like them a little better. Well, I'm having a fun time with the bolt on this side. A real fun time. Got the other one in, and you always assume once the other one's in, this one will line up easily. But all you have to do is have, you know, the gasket just over far enough or whatever. Stinking wire, man. That's tin snips. I'd cut that right off, but I absolutely don't. Fall right down into place. Now this, in theory, should slide forward like that, and I should be able to lock her down. Fuel line, you're gonna have to go in there and like it. Oh, nothing and be happy. Yeah. Cross-threading kind of guy. You know, a lot of people are going to say, well, yeah, but those are cheap Chinese carbs. I'm telling you, they run. I make no guarantees as far as, you know, oh, you'll get 10 years out of it. I don't say that. I say that right now I'm in the field and I got to get out of the field. That's the only thing I'm telling you. Actually, I got to go get more spray and spray some more and come back to the field. All right, so the carb's basically installed. I just got to line this one nut up. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you need to put one in, but everything's done. The choke ain't no joke. See how that slides back and forth? I could loosen that nut. Yeah, it's tight. It's tight. I don't know. And then here's her adjustment right there. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna fire it up and see exactly where this needs to be or where this don't need to be. I don't know. Figure it out. Well, let's see what she does. No choke. See if we're getting any fuel in this carb. Yes, sir. We're getting good fuel. And we were not on the other carb, so that answers that question. Now, we gotta check spark. And honestly, my next guess is gonna be that ignition switch. Well, it's the next morning and it still isn't starting. I did order 2 more junk switches. I mean, these are pretty much throwaway and they burn. The only time they burn out is when I work the tractor. Either plowing or spraying or working a PTO, or if I'm just driving it around, maybe pulling a wagon, an empty wagon or something like that, light duty, it don't. But I also have a brand new rebuilt magneto to put on this, and that's going to go on there just because I have it. Pretty easy to do. You take your #1 spark plug out and have somebody hand crank it until you feel the puff of air, and then you're set at the #1 cylinder. You take your new magneto, of course you take this one off, your new magneto, put it on the #1 wire, and you turn and hook it to a spark plug actually, and then you just set it to where you hand turn the magneto itself until it sparks on the #1. So it's set on #1 here. You got it top dead center, and then you just put it on there. Now I always go straight up or whatever, and then as it's running I might turn it real slowly one way or another to get it in time. But yep, 1342 is the firing order. But yeah, I'll end up replacing that mag, the switch, and I don't know, I mean, could be a coil, could be a bad coil in that mag, but I'm not messing with it. I've got a whole new rebuilt mag, and then I can take this one and rebuild it or do something else with it. Just sell it as a rebuildable core. So either way, I'm gonna go hook another tractor up to this and get this spraying done and over with. Man, it is arid. Okay, so it's back to the original spraying tractor, the Farmall H 1949, and it is skipping. Don't be the tourist in New York City that shows up and runs up to one of the residents and says the buildings are tall. I know the tractor's skipping. That's not what matters today. What matters today is we got rain coming, not today, and I got to get the field sprayed once and for all. That's what matters. We can play fix the skip later. Well, here's my no-till spot, and I think I'm too late. It wasn't really my fault. We had 7 or 8 days in a row of rain. I just couldn't get to spraying it, but I mixed the mix pretty heavy, and I'm going to go through here slow. I'll be in probably, I don't know, 2nd gear, full throttle, keep that pump just a turning, and I'm going to lay it on thick. I want this dead anyways. I'd almost wonder if I shouldn't have come through with a brush hog. I don't know, learning experience, and then of course I got my Liberty Links over there. They haven't sprouted yet. Half of it's dirt. You're not going to kill dirt. There's nothing there to kill, but I am going to spray it just for good measure in case there's little microscopic green unfriendlies coming up. And then I have about half of that to do. So this can be pretty quick. I should be done in about 20 minutes, and then it's time to go hit that other field. Now, this is the real fun part of spraying. When you get a nozzle that fails on you. Somebody said in the comments yesterday, well, we use screens. Well, yeah, but you still got to unclog the screens. They don't, you know, they might stop your nozzle directly from getting clogged up, but they don't stop your nozzle from not spraying when the screen's clogged up. So yeah, and I don't know what's going on with this. There we go. Just needed a little encouragement. Yeah, that one's got a little funky. I mean, I'm done spraying now, but they should all be 80 degrees. And I'll take these off of here. I won't make the same mistake 30 times. I'll only make it 29 times. There you go. The H got her done. That's the original spraying tractor. We'll run the rest of this out. I don't know, probably 15 gallons in there. At 90 some degrees Fahrenheit, I'm gonna go run the hose over my head. I'll see you at the next video. Or maybe even at the next outing, who knows? Boom!